Protest by the Law Society of Kenya flopped after LSK went for a cordial meeting at the Parliament buildings. The protest was aimed at forcing the dissolution of Parliament following Chief Justice David Maraga's advice to President Uhuru Kenyatta. Only a handful of LSK officials and members of the United Green Movement Party turned up for the protest, led by LSK President Nelson Havi.
The majority view of the people of Kenya is that Parliament has failed in its obligations. There is rampant corruption, there is nepotism, there is cronyism, there is no development. And we are not limiting our struggle to the two-third gender rule. There are many other reasons as to why Parliament must go home. It has failed to oversight the executive. It has failed to hold the president accountable. The clerk of the National Assembly has indicated to us that they have forwarded this matter to court. And for that reason, they will abide by the outcome of the court.
Sometimes you don't have to wait for a court of law to make you do that which is right. We ask the clerk to sit down with the leadership of Parliament, the speakers, and other political leaders, and urge them to do the right thing. It is clear under our constitution that Parliament is unlawful.
According to Law Society of Kenya, the directives issued by the National Security Advisory Council are unconstitutional and contrary to Section 2 of the Public Order Act, LSK adding that Section 2 allows members of Parliament and registered bodies to hold impromptu meetings, lamenting that the implementation of the directives has been discriminatory. Media Council of Kenya expressing concern that the guidelines could be a potential threat to the rights of the media in the country. Through a statement, Media Council has said, and I quote, "Our particular interest and concern is in regard to constraints on media reporting of political events." MCK goes on to say, "We find this retrogressive and unnecessary interference in the work of the media and access to information by Kenyans. We are conscious of the threat posed by reckless political activities and utterances and have enough internal mechanisms to deal with this." The statement further states that we are therefore surprised that the National Security Advisory Committee and the Cabinet are proposing cabs on media reporting of political activity without reference to the independent media regulatory body recognized and established by Article 34 of the Constitution, the Media Council Act 2013, and the Kenya Information Communications Act. Adding that the leadership of the media industry therefore urges the National Security Advisory Committee statement and the multi-agency team on public order terms of reference be reviewed to remove any that pose threats to media freedom as outlined in Section 6 of the Media Council Act. End of quote. The Inspector of Police Hilary Mutyambai has however defended the National Police Service, saying the National Police Service authorizes public gatherings after ascertaining that there is no risk of violence or attack on the particular group. A section of leaders have recently condemned the government for what they termed as selective justice, with some saying the directives are targeted at Deputy President William Ruto. Mombi Chege, TV47.